Bible study that we are doing today in VRChat. And I'm going to pop over here. VRChat's kind of a pain in the neck. What are you going to do? But we are here in the Church Plus world that is built in VRChat. And you can see we have Bible studies in various places here now. We've got a little library, a chapel. That thing up in the corner there is the observatory. And we have life groups that are up there. We also have discipleship classes that happen on 1 and 5 o'clock, 1 at 5 o'clock in the main sanctuary of the church too. But anyhow, so we're doing that. We're also, we're streaming this and we're teaching at the same time. And so hopefully the goal is to catch some of this so that people can come back and check it out. You can see we got a little FAQ here. You can follow us on Discord. We've had more than 100 people join now, I think, in Discord in the last couple of weeks. And then, you can come to this little thing here and you click and you see there's a place to get to where you're going. So we go to the church. Now, the problem is people are not going to know where the chapel is probably. But we're going to go and check here. Let's see if there's other people in this room or not. We're by ourselves. I don't see anybody yet. Looking around here. We've had all sorts of problems with folks trying to be in World and having it not work. And some of that is just that VRChat is kind of a mess. This is a real challenge with virtual reality. So, like, if I go to this world, right now, hopefully it will get us in, but there's no real guarantee that that's going to work. This is what's crazy about all this is like I can try to drop in all day long to these things. It does not mean that it will work. So it's really bizarre in my opinion. I'm gonna switch. I'm sorry I got to tab out every time I try to use OBS. It's Streamlabs. It's kind of a mess here, but I'm going to switch out just for a second because I've got to enter a code so I have access to things. And then we'll pop back over to... And we'll see if we got anybody here. May not, honestly. In room, I don't see anybody. So I don't know what the deal is. It says there's people here. I can see if I can find where Architect is. See if it lets me in there. But it's just totally crazy that you have a hard time getting into these worlds. And this is one of the challenges we have is why we're in the process of building Magnum Opus. It's because we want to really make sure that we're...
Hey, man.
Hey, there you are. You scared me. Ah! How's it going?
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
Oh. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah,
right.
now I can, yeah.
Good. Yeah, so, part of what I'm trying to do is figure out, like, every time I come into World, it tells me there's people in Church Plus, but then when I come here, I can't ever find them. So I don't know what that's about.
Okay, man, so remember the new password.
Hey, don't say it because I'm streaming.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been here before. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeet.
Hey, what's
Yeet.
up?
Hello.
How are you doing today?
there we go.
Oh,
All right. So let's wait for Pine.
Swoop. How do I? So someone could teach me. How do I invite all the people in my friends list to come here?
Just go to social and just go to online friends. Should update every 15 minutes, but they should be even in the wrong walls, so they still should show
Oh, and then
current
and
online
you
list
got
if
it. You just go through each
spam
one.
it 2 times.
So you just go through each one and
Yeah.
click them.
Yeah. Click on them on the social tab. Click on the menu social. Scroll up.
I see.
There's online friends. And then just go over them and click on every one
Makes sense.
one by one and just click
Yeah.
invite on the right
Nice.
side.
Yep, exactly.
Up, down.
Wow. That they make VR chat makes everything really labor intensive, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I
All
need
right.
to switch my batteries.
Uh-oh.
Click on
We're
that.
gonna be in the library today, which there's no reason people are gonna know where that is, but we'll show you.
Library.
Yeah, it's
Question mark?
so it's in the main church. And
Oh, the back room. Yeah.
no, not the back room actually. It's in the front.
And
It's up here. This room.
library. Hmm.
It's a new room.
all right.
Ooh.
Hey, Pine.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Doing
Hello.
good. Doing good.
All right, now
Late
that
as
we're
always.
back. So. Yeah, it's late for you, huh? What time is it? You're 5
Oh,
hours,
yeah.
6 hours, 7?
5 minutes past midnight.
Oh my gosh, you're a
Oh,
rock star.
I'll live.
I'll live. Maybe.
I'll live.
Maybe.
Live.
Usually at 5
Maybe.
a.m.
1 a.m.
Yeah.
1 a.m. 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Taryn, where are you at
My
again?
name is here too.
Oh, man.
They must be in the same time
For
zone
me,
as
it's
me
1 a.m.
because it's
as well,
also
yeah.
1 a.m. here.
Where are you again, Taryn?
Somewhere in the south, probably.
I'm from Israel.
Oh, Italy. Nice.
All right.
Oh, north.
No, Italy.
no.
Israel.
Israel. Oh, yeah, Israel.
Is which way now?
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Oh,
I remember.
Israel. Oh, yeah, that is south from me. That is exactly south from me. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, we'll give people a little bit here and see if we get anybody else, and if not, then we'll get going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna invite random people from my friends
Yeah, that makes sense.
list, bro.
Sounds like a
And let's see what
plan.
happens.
People are
That's the point, because
showing
Even
up.
if I do, it's usually the ones who need to come here.
Hey, Maxina.
Who's that?
Hello.
Oh,
Hi there. Riza.
Hey.
hello.
Hey,
We got the team.
We're gonna have some
How are you?
sit-down circle here. Yeah, I'm good. I haven't played VHF for 3 days. I got caught up with the house flipper.
oh, okay.
So, Taryn, where were you before you were in World right here?
As
In
in,
fact, I started
So-
today's
I
stream
don't
without
understand the
Where-
question.
Were you
First
you
of
were
all, I
in
was building-
were you in
building-
VR chat hanging out somewhere?
building- I'm listed in some spaces.
Oh, not really. Actually, I was
Some just-
waiting for
Oh,
this.
okay.
Oh, nice. That's
Put some
nice of you.
stock. It's church, if you didn't notice.
I'm gonna go just down by the boat, just to make sure that people know where they're going, because it doesn't really say where the library is. So that way if people show up, they won't get lost. Whoop. So part of this is, as we're rebuilding this space, is trying to get people to understand where everything is, and that's because we are building it as we go. So, that's like that castle up there is not going to stay up there. We just threw it up there just to see what it looked like. It's an in-world asset, and anyhow, so we're working on trying stuff out. We like so far the church and the observatory. which is really the Jedi Training Council. But after that, we're kind of open to whatever, changing it. The problem is VR chat is so like laggy and kind of difficult. You can only put so much in it. We don't have any of those problems. Hey there, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. If you're looking for people, they're up in the church. If you go right in the church to the right,
Okay.
that's where they're hanging.
Thank you.
But as we try to figure some of this stuff out, it also means that we've got to figure out what the format's going to be. So the nice thing is in virtual reality, you have the flexibility to jump around and do what you need to do, which a lot of places don't. So you can see our little floating island here, and this ship showed up and took us there. And so hopefully we, make this in a way where people can go to the next thing and to the next thing and the next thing. So that's our hope, but we have to kind of just see how stuff pans out. So anyhow, we hopefully we'll get a few more people in world, and let's see what happens. Yep. And people. Part of the other challenge with this too is figuring out how we're gonna continue to group people, because it's a little more difficult. I'm gonna listen to this real quick.
Hey man, what are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I was just AFK.
Oh.
I was answering a phone call. Someone from my physical church was asking me a question. So, all right. You think we're ready to go?
Yeah.
All right.
I did play briefly on Sunday though, because there was another event then, but I didn't play at all for casual reasons. Didn't play on Saturday, didn't play on Monday. Yeah, these 3 days I've been off the VHS or the other game.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna have a ton of people, and that's fine. Oh, you're creeping me out, Architect. Get away. I think it's only fair if you get to do that to me, then I get a copy of yours. I think that's only fair.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I think we all should get a copy
Make it
of
happen.
Architect.
Give the people what they want.
So, I think so, JJ. I have somebody in Twitch who is asking me if God is alive, and I think he is. But I think God's God. But anyhow, you have. All right, let's see. So this is the new little room, so you can have a seat if you want. I mean, I don't even have to stand up. There's enough space. So Architect put these books in here. These are the most interesting books you'll ever read. No, not really, but they look at these things. These are
That's if you can open them, bro.
What'd you say?
That's if you manage to open them.
If you can ever open them, that's right. So today we're going to talk about Ephesians, but we're not going to get too far into Ephesians. and the reason we're kind of having more of an intro session to this, and because Ephesians is a pretty big book. It's a pretty complicated letter, and there's a whole bunch of stuff we don't know about it. And it's a good way for us to kind of get into a little bit more about, what's our purpose for Church Plus here, and how are we trying to do things. So the other thing that just to tell you is that realistically we are going to start having we have an Anglican pastor and his wife who is also a pastor. They're a clergy couple, and in a couple weeks they're going to actually start a series on the Psalms. But they live in the UK, so for people like Pine, it'll be an actual reasonable time. I know some of you are up really late, and I know Galactica, you're up late all the time because you're a night owl. But the reality is that for folks like Pine, this is like we do these all the time, and then she's showing up at midnight every night. God bless you. So our hope is to actually have something kind of like Church Plus, Europe or something a little closer into that time zone, and those folks are going to be able to do that, and so that I'm looking forward to seeing that. We'll start getting more and more people who want to come and teach and have offerings here, and so one of the main things as we start to look at these is tell people about these events, because I could sit on VR chat all day and invite people, but I don't have the reach that you all have. And as we as a community continue to grow, we want to continue to spread that so that that we all can kind of grow in relationship with one another and learning learning what other people have to offer, and how we're in relationship with one another and God. So this study is different because it supposedly Ephesians is written by the Apostle Paul, but there's a whole bunch of academic debate about this, and there's actually this gets even crazier, but there's even a debate about whether it's the letter is actually to the Ephesians. There's a city at Laodicea, which is one of the I believe one of the cities that's mentioned in Revelation. It's in modern day Turkey, and a lot of scholars think that this is actually written to the people there. They believe that if Paul wrote it, it was written while he was in prison, because that's the way the letter is framed at the beginning. And there's a bunch of things about in here about what it means to be church. And this is kind of maybe the least personal letter that Paul writes. There are a lot of his letters that are very I don't know. They're very they sound like he has a relationship with people. But this one not so much. And so it's kind of like he talks about he heard something from so and so, or it's very hearsay-ish almost. Like, I heard this was going on in your church, and you when you think about that, you might go, well, why would we study that? Well, I think since we're in VR chat and we're doing kind of community in virtual reality where we are not physically present with one another. I actually think when you look at these letters where you're not sure kind of what Paul's relationship was with the people who were here. Now, we know Paul had a relationship with the people at Ephesus because there's other places in the Bible that talks about that. And he writes very personal things to people. But what we aren't sure about is, for this particular letter, why is it like this? And I think the reality is because sometimes teachings for the church are just general teachings. They're not meant necessarily to, they're not meant to be things that are just so particular to that time and context that they don't apply to us. So there are a lot of things when we read in Scripture where the context is very specific, and we know exactly what the context was as well as we can historically. There's other times where we don't really know much, and it really kind of gets to this kind of concept of, is the Bible something that we use as a living document to understand who we are, made in the image of God. So I think one of the big challenges as we get into Ephesus is to say, okay, it's great that we're doing Church Plus. It's great that, we're in these worlds and doing this. And, there's going to be people who are going to just show up and they're going to be part of what we do kind of tangentially. But the question is what does it mean to be the church, like in a deeper way? And how does that include our experiences in VR, and how does that include experiences that would be somehow outside of VR, right? So our who we are as people is not defined necessarily, not defined by one experience of reality. So what I mean by that is, think about when you dream. Your dreams are no less real to you when you're having a dream than when you're awake sometimes. They feel real. They are immersive. I don't know if any of you are lucid dreamers. I'm a lucid dreamer. Do any of you know what a lucid dreamer is? Have you ever heard of that before? Pine? You know what
It's
a
when you
lucid
have
dreamer?
control over your dreams.
Yeah, it's when you have.
I have.
Yeah, it's when you have control over your dreams. Have you? And when you
Yeah,
when
I have
you
done that.
what'd you say?
Yeah, I have done that actually.
Yeah. So it's I don't know what the percentage is. It's kind of a smaller percentage, but there's a percentage of people that have control over their dreams. There's a good percentage of people know when they're dreaming and can know. Everybody dreams just about, I think, every night. But the question is when you're in a dream, do you know it's happening? And then there's another kind of level of that where you can actually, where you go from being a lucid dreamer, where you're dreaming, to a lucid dreamer where you're actually controlling what's happening in your dream. Now that sounds kind of crazy, but it happens, and we know it happens because people experience it. That reality is no less necessarily than, here we had some people running in the door here. That reality is no less than real than what our present reality is. Because, hey, Morningstar, come on in. Come on in. You're good. Come in. And so that's no less different than what we've experienced when we're awake to us, because it's part of our reality. So virtual reality is, I think, another expression of who we are as people. And part of what I think the church has to start to think about is, I don't even know that I like the word virtual, because I understand virtual, what it means, but some people have taken virtual almost to mean like when we say artificial intelligence, we talk about virtual reality in the same way, like somehow it's not as real. And I would say, actually, it is as real. It's just a different expression. I don't know if you've had dreams that feel real to you. I've had dreams that feel real to me, and then they also feel strange sometimes because you're in them, and then you're like, wait, what just happened? I think sometimes our realities are such that we have to figure out. You guys are good. Sometimes we just have to. We have to think about where we are, what we're doing, and how are we present. And so part of what I want to do with the church is I want to get to a place where we can start to talk about, well, who are we? Why are we? And what are we called to do? And I think what will happen, I mean, if I had to make a prediction on it, is I think some people will get involved with the church and they'll just be curious as to what's happening. But I think at another point, someone will people will get into a deeper they'll get into a deeper relationship with people in the church where they actually want to see some transformation in their life. And that means that we will have to, we'll have to start to think about, well, who are we, why are we, and what are we doing? So we've not talked about really any of that stuff in Church Plus yet. We're kind of like, hey, let's throw a church in the world, and let's see if some people show up. And let's create a Discord server, and let's create some social media. We've done all those things, and let's see what happens. But the real test of the church is going to be, okay, are we going to be a church, or are we just going to be a bunch of people who gather? And Paul in Ephesus starts to talk about these things, and he starts to say, okay, so what are the distinctives of being the church? So we're not actually looking at the scripture on this tonight. We'll start next week looking at the scripture. What I want to do is just give you a little background on Ephesus. So Ephesus is a port city. It's in Turkey, modern Turkey. If you do a Mediterranean cruise for any reason, Ephesus, there's a good chance you'll stop in Ephesus, and you'll get out, and they'll take you to a bazaar and try to sell you a carpet after they give you tea and all sorts of stuff, and then they'll take you to Ephesus. And I went to Ephesus when I was in college. I actually went. So and the other thing is I've come to realize is you guys don't know a whole lot about me, and so part of this is starting for you to start to understand and for us to start to know who each other are. So I didn't grow up in the church at all, actually. My parents were divorced before I remember it, and my mom was remarried quickly. So I grew up in a house with my mom and my stepdad. I didn't go to church for.
We had a technical issue.
All right, you're back. We're glad you're back. So I didn't grow up at all with any.
Didn't start the game because it was broken.
Oh yeah. So I didn't have any frame of reference to the church at all. My only experiences of church really as a kid where I went to a couple, very few weddings because I got drugged there, and I went to a couple, very few funerals, and I didn't step foot in a church outside of that. I went to college, and I wouldn't say I didn't believe in God, but I would say that I didn't have any relationship with God. I would say at best I was probably a skeptic, and I didn't have any reason to understand why God would be important in my life. So I went to, and I grew up in an area that I live in a pretty wealthy area right now, is where I live, and where I do ministry in downtown Miami. But I grew up in a place that was not a wealthy place at all. I grew up in a place in Northeast Ohio, which is not even the middle of the United States. Kind of if you don't know where Ohio is, there's no reason you would. But I grew up on Lake Erie, which is one of the 5 Great Lakes, and in a town that was kind of economically depressed, and people were leaving. It had been like a steel town for a while, and then 5 minutes out from where I lived, it was kind of all agriculture. So I went to college to be a lawyer, and I went to college to be a lawyer because doctors and lawyers were some of the only people I knew that were getting away from where I lived, and they were able to make enough money, and so I could either go work in a factory, and I saw factories shutting down left and right, or I could, go to college. And so I was the first person in my family to graduate from college, and the first person in my immediate family. And so that was kind of an adventure for me. I went to a little school. I went there. I was a runner, which you'd never know by looking at me in real life now. I was a decent runner, and I went there and I ran for them, and I worked a bunch of hours. I had to work all sorts of jobs. And actually, it's hard to believe, but there was a time when people went to college and not everyone had a computer, which sounds just absurd right now. But they actually had a computer lab, and I worked in this computer lab, and I totally lied to get my first job at the computer lab. They asked me if I knew a bunch about computers, and I didn't know anything. I just needed a job. So they made me work the graveyard shift because they weren't dumb. Hi there, GK8398. Welcome to the stream. And they put me in these graveyard shift, and I was so afraid that I was going to lose my job that I went through every program on the computer on the help menu, and I learned everything every help menu would tell you. And it used to be that they would literally tell you just about everything you could do in the program. And so that was my exposure to technology early on. My exposure to the church was that because I was going to this college, I had to. I was a pre-law political science major, and my dad said, "What are you going to do with political science?" And I said, "I'm going to be a lawyer," and he wasn't convinced that was going to work out. So, which he was right. I didn't end up becoming a lawyer. And he said, "So you should double major." And so I double majored in history. And they had this thing called a collegium where you could take two classes that were part of your major, and then you'd take a third one that combined them together. And so I actually took Greek and Roman history as two separate classes. And then I took a class on economics that had to do with developing countries and economics. And long story short, the third class that I had to really take that combined those two, there was an opportunity to go to Turkey for 3 to 4 weeks. I was not a Christian. I went to Turkey, didn't have any relationship really with God. But if you go to Turkey, what you'll find is that a lot of the churches that are there, the ancient churches are there. There are ruins. And one of the places that was the most complete while I was there was Ephesus, where this letter is hypothetically written to or written about or attributed to, or we're not really sure, but it was this place that I went, and the thing that I remember about it was there was a library there. And I have this little book, and you can go back later if you want and look on my stream, but there's a little book, and I'm holding it up, and I got this it's like a tourism book, and that book it just says Ephesus on it, but it's got a picture of the library in Ephesus, and it made me realize, wow, there was a lot of culture going on in these places, but it happened so long ago it had to be very different. So part of us understanding what Paul is going to say in Ephesus is we have to start to understand about the place. And some of the stuff that we're going to learn and get to know about the place is that it is a port town. And so even today, even though it's not right on the water like it used to be, even today, if you take one of those cruises, you could very easily end up in Ephesus, and it's turned into a tourist trap. Now, when I went a couple years ago again, and when I went, there were it's almost like walking into an amusement park now, where you have like turnstile things you have to go through. You buy a ticket, and you walk through. But when I went in college, none of that was there. It was still kind of like an archaeological dig that was being undiscovered. And literally, you could climb on anything. I mean, you could climb on stuff now that's completely roped off and you shouldn't climb on. And we explored all over. There's a big amphitheater there. You probably all know who Elton John is, right? Elton John has performed there. They do concerts at this amphitheater still in Ephesus, and you could go way back when I was in college, and you could go in this place, and you could stand on that. I remember very clearly there was a choir, and it was a group of people that were a church choir, and I'm not a Christian at the time, but it's like I go, and these people are standing there, and they are Christians, and they understand what this place means, and they understand how, somebody could have been, as a Christian, standing in that space and talking to a bunch of people. And they begin to sing, and I'll never forget, I was way up in the top of the amphitheater, and the way that sound came out, there's just the way the amphitheater is built is to bring that sound forward and encapsulate that. And I say all that just to say that I think as we grow in our faith journey, part of what we don't recognize is happening to us until hindsight is that sometimes God is taking these little moments and God is actually planting seeds in our heart that will eventually blossom and eventually transform us. And we don't know that it's happening at the time. Like, I knew that I was doing something special when I was there, but I didn't understand how it was special. And I think the same happens when we're in virtual reality. There are things that are happening to us that we are making moments that are special, but we might not know how they're going to be special until later. And so part of the exploration of Ephesus is to say, well, what are we called to do? And I want to read, there are these little books, they're daily study Bible series by, he's a pretty famous biblical scholar who, he's not like the highest end biblical, not most technical biblical scholar, but there's a guy named William Barclay, and he's very consumable. And he wrote, and I'm showing in the stream, this little letters to the Galatians and Ephesus book. This is an old book that I have. And he writes a little bit about this, and I just wanted to read because I thought it's a helpful thing. He says, the key thought of Ephesians, so the book that we're going to be reading over the next 10 weeks here, the key thought of Ephesians is the gathering together of all things in Jesus Christ. Christ is the center in whom all things unite, and the bond who unites all things. In nature as it is, without Christ there is nothing but disunity and disharmony. There is battle in nature. Nature is, quote-unquote, red in tooth and claw. Man's dominion has broken the social union which should exist between humanity and the beast. Humanity is divided from humanity, class from class, nation from nation, ideology from ideology, Gentile from Jew. The world as we see it without Christ is a divided, disunited, fragmented world. I don't think it takes too much to look into our current world and actually see that right now, to see this a disunited world, right? And my question is we might be reading old texts, but what do they mean living in our present world? And I think unity is a point where we've failed to join humans together in the way we know we should. What is true of the world of the outer nature is true of human nature itself. In every person there is tension. Every person there's a walking civil war. There's a constant battle between the higher and lower side of humanity. Humanity is always torn between the desire for good and the desire for evil. Humanity hates their sin and loves their sin at once and in the same time. According to both Greek and Jewish thought in that time of Paul, this battle and disharmony and this disunity extended even to heavenly places. There's a cosmic battle raging between the powers of evil and the powers of good, between good and bad spirits and angelic powers, between God and the demons. Worst of all, there's disharmony, disunity, separation between God and man. Man who is meant to be in fellowship with God is estranged from God. So then, in this world without Christ, whenever we look, there is nothing but disunity. That disunity is not God's purpose. God purposed the universe to be a harmony and not a disharmony. And this disunity can only become unity, and this disharmony can only become a harmony when all things and all people and all powers in heaven and on earth are united in Christ. So I think that's a really powerful understanding that people come into VR chat, for example, because it's just a game, and they come in it to just be in a game. But the question is like, are we going to stand for something that's more than just a game? Are we going to be something? Because I don't think that...
Did they stop talking?
Can you hear
I
me?
cannot hear them.
Oh, so
I can hear you.
We
So-
can hear him, I think, and you.
I mean, I can hear the Benek. He went quiet.
okay.
Yeah, leave the world and come back because it's probably you that's bugged because I can hear him.
Yeah, poor Galactican. He's been having so many problems with his equipment recently. But
Yeah, it's a beer chat bug.
but part of it is to say, well, how are we going to actually transform things and make things better in a real way? And part of my personal journey as a Christian, the thing and there's a lot more to tell that I won't get into, but when I decided that I was going to become a Christian, I was really faced with one thing. And for me, it was I saw hypocrisy in the church. That was not a question to me at all. Like, I remember one of the few things I remember about the church as a kid is when I was like about my son's age, 5, 6 years old, I would walk from kindergarten to a babysitter who would watch me because my parents were working. And she was always watching televangelists. And these people, to me, even as a little kid, I remember thinking, why would somebody watch these people? These people are crazy. And yet at the same time, people did. And I mean, millions of people did. And millions of people were, swindled out of money. And we found out a bunch of these folks were crazy and whatever. They didn't care about people. At the end of the day, they cared about glorifying themselves. And that was always troubling to me. I thought, man, the church is just full of hypocrites. The church is full of hypocrites. Like, as somebody who is a leader in a church, I'll tell you the church is full of hypocrites. The question is at some point, do we believe that we can be people who can actually change things for the better, and are we going to do something about it? Or are we just going to sit in judgment of other people and be hypocritical? And what I realized was I was being hypocritical by not actually being willing to change and try to seek the unity that Christ has for us. So then Barclay goes on a little bit, and he says that one of the biggest things about Ephesians that we're going to get into is to learn about what the function of the church is. So this is really important because I think what we have to consider as people is not just what the function of the church is but what is our function as people. And at the end of the day, it's really easy for us to play church. It's really easy for us to act like we care about people. It's really easy for us to say the right things, the quote-unquote right things, right? We all know about this. We can be politically correct and do all the things that people want us to do. The question is are we those things? Are we being who we are called to be? And what is our function as people? And so Barclay says the following about the church. He says, it is in the first 3 chapters of this letter to the Ephesians that Paul deals with this conception of unity in Christ. In the second 3 chapters, he has much to say of the place of the church in God's plan to bring about that unity. What did the church stand for? What was the church's true function in the plan of God? Where does the church come in this purpose of bringing together a new united into a disunited world? It's here that Paul strikes out one of his greatest phrases. The church is the body of Christ. The church is to be the hands and to do the work, the feet to run upon his errands, a mouth to speak for him, an instrument, a body through which Christ can speak. So when we have a double thesis, we have a double thesis in Ephesians. First, Christ is God's instrument of reconciliation, and second, Christ church is the instrument of reconciliation. So Christ is the instrument of reconciliation, and the church is Christ's instrument of reconciliation. And the church is the body of Christ, and we are the church, which means we are Christ's reconciliation in the world. So what does that mean when we start to look at virtual communities? So I think one of the things that we see right away is we see that there's a lot of disunity in places like CHVRCH. And I would actually say, we always say, I think architect should just change his thing in Discord instead of saying building the matrix. You should just write it's a bug in VR chat, because I think part of it is I can't tell you how many times architect says to me, "Oh, that's a bug in VR chat." I would actually say
Every time.
yeah, it is, and I'm not arguing with
To
them
our
on it.
brains.
But the thing is like, at some point, if we are called to be agents of Jesus in the world, at some point, if we are called to bring reconciliation, that doesn't just mean reconciliation for our relationships. It does mean those things, but it doesn't just mean that. It means reconciliation in the world, where we actually make the world, we participate to redeem the world and make it better. And my question becomes, at some point, then doesn't that mean we have a responsibility as people to help make things like virtual reality better? Not just relationally, which we're going to work on as the church internally and reaching out to people, but also technically. Like, doesn't the world need to be better? And I think we do this in real life. We make medicines, we make technology that helps us to not only feel better, but be better, to be transformative, to get us to places more quickly, to help more people to eat, to have people to have shelter and safety. My wife made a pizza today, and I'm trying not to eat as much bread, and it's amazing to me how many things are made out of something else now, right? Like, so we're trying to make things so that they're better for us in a way that helps us as people to effectively redeem ourselves in the world in many ways. And that all starts with this principle of unity in Jesus, and it's something that we'll get into in Ephesus. Now, the thing that's interesting in Ephesus is, in Ephesus, there, not too far outside of Ephesus, is the Temple of Artemis, which was one of the 7 wonders of the world. And the Temple of Artemis is a giant temple that was set up to a fertility god. And people would travel from all over the world to go to the temple, and all sorts of sordid things would happen at the temple. And it created kind of this crazy culture in Ephesus of really wild pagan culture. And this becomes the context by which this letter is written, because it would just be like if somebody in Europe wrote a letter to the Americans right now and said, "Hey, in the middle of what's going on in your country right now, here are some things that Christians in the church really need to be doing." This is the similar way that Paul is writing to the church in Ephesus. You have some things going on, folks, and here's your divine call. Here's what I know that the church is supposed to be. So how are you going to implement that as a people? How are you going to become the body of Christ? And so over the next few, weeks here, as we go through this book, we'll be looking at those things, and we'll be looking at our context. And for each of you, those are different. Everybody who's in the room right here virtually, and maybe everyone who's online on Twitch right now even, we're from different places. We have very different contexts. If you go anywhere in the United States and then you come to Miami's very different than almost anywhere you're going to go in the United States. So we each have this struggle that we have as representatives of Christ to say, well, how are we going to represent God in a way that's helpful? And how are we going to do that in a way that brings about unity? But I cannot do the work that you are called to do. You are called individually to do that special work and to wrestle with it. And the question is what does that mean for you? And then as a group of people, then part of what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out, okay, how do we, as a group of people, take the strengths that each of us have and unite those strengths so that together as a group of people, we are stronger than we would be alone. And that's part of what Church Plus is going to have to work through and figure out. And there's no straight answer. I could come in and say, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, but that's not really church. That's not helpful, because the reality is that people have giftings, and we have to learn what the gifts are, and then we have to hold those up to what we're taught in Jesus, and to figure out how we're called to use those gifts through discernment, through community, and through hearing what God has to say specifically to us. And so all that stuff is stuff we're going to be working on. We just have an army of people who just ran in, so who knows what's going on. But that's effectively what we're going to be trying to work through over the next few weeks. So my thing that happened, just to kind of wrap my college story up, was I ended up becoming a Christian my junior year in college, and a year and a half later, I was at Princeton Seminary studying to be a pastor, which is not at all what I thought would happen to me in my life. But once I started looking at what God had for me and what God's plan was for me, those were things that I could not deny what was going to happen. And so, hey, Bricky, how you doing? So anyhow, so part of this is we're gonna keep doing this. This class is going to be an hour earlier than the other ones, and we're trying to do that. Just, I'm trying to eke them back a little bit so people like Pine don't have to be up so late, because she's been so good about coming. I'm not going to say a lot more about this tonight, except to say, if you're not on Discord, follow us on Discord. We now have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Pine's going to put some pictures up for us on that. So you're welcome to come and be part of that, and we're excited to have you be part of this as we start in this journey. So,
do you want me to ban those people?
I don't know. If you think they're doing something bad, then that's fine. If not, don't worry about it.
Tell them to be quiet first.
That's fine. I'm okay.
Oh my
Wait,
God,
actually,
it's-
why don't we
I
go
remember-
out?
I
Why don't we go
remember
out
her
and
name.
talk to them?
Are you the character from
Here.
Shira?
Why don't we just?
Architect.
Why don't we just? Did they leave?
There we go.
Or did you boot
Architect,
them?
you have to ask them to stop talking before you kick them.
Yeah, don't just kick them. Hey, hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Where are you
Wait,
from?
Is this an actual church?
Sorry about
Yes, it is actually. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
We thought this
shouldn't.
was like a joke thing. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, you're welcome to check it out. You wanna?
Yeah,
We're done
we didn't-
actually. You wanna?
we
If
didn't-
you wanna look
oh.
around?
I'll be.
Yeah, come on in.
I didn't notice
Just-
this is an actual church.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? Yeah.
And
Do.
so I heard people talking, and I was like, oh dear.
Yeah. See this Discord up here. If you actually jump in the Discord, you'll see. That's what it is. You'll actually see how it's set up and everything. So, but yeah, we.
Very
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Very nice.
So yeah, but you're always welcome if you want to add to just show up when we're doing stuff. We have stuff in another week or so here, we're gonna have stuff almost every night of the week. So, so we have stuff going on every day. Where are you all from in real life?
I'm from Texas.
Sweden.
Sweden and where? Sorry.
Texas.
Oh, Texas. Nice. I have family that lived in Houston.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I know. I'm from Miami. We got folks from all over in here. Israel, Estonia, Costa Rica, Germany, all over. So yeah, but we meet here on. We have stuff on Tuesday nights, on Thursday nights, on Friday nights, and on Sundays right now. So and there's a little schedule out front. So you're always welcome to come. We're usually in a different room, depending on what's going on. So hey, Oscar, what's up?
Okay.
How's it going?
Well,
Good to see you.
just gonna.
Oscar's from Hong Kong. So,
That's
Yeah.
cool. Epic.
but yeah, so, and I think one of the things is it's going to be people aren't used to what time things are going to be yet. So that was part of why I wanted to do an intro thing. But we're pretty much wrapping up. What I was going to do, and you guys are welcome to just stay as we do this, is just pray for us before we go today, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. So let's just pray here. Let's pray. Dear God, thank you just for time together and for the ability to help discern who we are as individuals in you and as a people trying to grow and learn how we're called to be in the world and in this virtual space and just in life. We thank you that we have the privilege to gather together and to learn from one another and to learn from the teachings that have come before us. And we pray that in each of our contexts, you would help us to figure out more and more who we are and what you have us to do in the world. And so we ask for your blessing, and we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Awesome. Thank you, folks. If you new folks want, I don't know, did you get to see the church, actually see the inside?
Yeah, we walked around some.
Yeah. So we have this here is so this church is, so I'm a pastor in real life, and this church is based after my church in Miami that I serve.
Oh, wow.
So if you actually
that's
look
so
at
cool.
firstmiami.com, you'll see a church, and it looks just like this. And this picture out front here is my church in real life. And you can see,
Oh, that's so cool.
and so it's in downtown Miami. So the castle is not there in downtown Miami, nor are these floating islands. If they are,
Yeah.
nor is the observatory, which is really a Jedi temple. That's what that is up there. No joke. So
Really?
yeah. Architect modded it, so it's our observatory. But yeah, but this building is like this. Actually, if you go in where we were sitting in the real building, there's a little gift shop and a bookstore. But the sanctuary looks very much like that, and the chapel to the left there is just like that. And then the back of the building, which we have kind of left open, is actually an education space where we have 250 kids go to school downtown Miami there. And so anyhow,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so we made a copy of it in the world here, and architect here who's hovering behind me. Constructed, actually built the church and built the replica of the church, and so we've been doing services, and it's just trying to have a positive place in VR chat, because there's some stuff that isn't so positive in VR chat too, so so
That's true.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to the castle, feel free to do it today, because tomorrow I'm gonna remove it.
yeah well, because
Something
we have a
else.
different building. Yeah, if you want, we could go check out. I haven't actually been through the whole thing, but
No.
so
Yeah.
but,
I'm gonna go now, but
right.
I will check this out.
yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
we'll
follow
see.
us on Discord. You'll like the community.
I will.
All right, take care. So we'll zip down here and hover on up. Here we go. I literally have a termite flying around in my house. It is freaking me out. I hope it flies on camera so you can see it. It's my lights are there, but we just had our house sprayed, and so the few are coming out. Where'd you go? I don't know where he went. Did he go up?
I'm on the third floor, bro.
There's so many floors in this place, I can't keep track. It's like you can get lost easily. The third floor. Oh, there he is. He's up there. Man, this part is cool up here.
There is a upper floor. How you get up?
He's up a floor from this?
I can see the second rails. How you get on the second rails?
I don't know.
Oh. That's rails
I
up
don't
there.
know.
Can you go higher than this? Architect, is this as high as you can go?
What?
No. You can actually but you need to go this way. Wait. There we go.
What?
Wait a minute. I need a smaller avatar. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this way. Yeah.
This place is such a maze.
Oh yes.
Going up.
Well,
Whoa, I fell.
How you open the doors?
Jeez, oh Pete, this thing goes up.
I can't see
I think
that.
Yeah,
we
it's
can
just that
get
I
through these
forgot to
doors.
open this door, but there's a balcony here.
Oh,
Oh,
for
really?
heaven's sake.
I can see that through the
Yeah.
door, yeah.
Can you see
I can only
the?
see it with a VR head because I can put the head through it. Mm.
No, actually, I did it on purpose. You cannot see outside, or this would lag like tremendously.
Oh, really?
Goodness sake.
Yeah.
Well, this is crazy. Hey, look, there's a hole right there. Could jump up top.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello. What?
Yeet, 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 yeet,
You're
yeet,
almost
yeet.
up there.
Nope.
You almost made it.
Nope. I'm up here, but I can't get through the hole.
Oh,
Well, if
I
you're
don't
in
know what
VR,
to
you can actually see through the wall.
Oh, very well.
Yeah, I know, but I can't get through the hole.
Oh, I see.
it looks so ridiculous.
Hello.
That is ridiculous. I
That's
can't get.
weird.
I know.
Spider pine.
I have idea.
How interesting.
Anyway.
I have idea. I might use this.
Oh, it took my avatar to get you up there.
Yeah. You're better to climb than me. Because my avatar floats, so it's not good to climb.
There's no way to
goodness.
get up here then.
Nah.
I'm literally hitting the floor.
I'm gonna go down here.
Ceiling.
And how did I get up here?
Yep. Yep.
And this is
Can't get
so
out of it.
confusing.
Oh no.
Whoever made this map it's wild. All right. Really bizarre. Yeah, this is just more of the same. It looks like.
Hello, I'm lost.
Yeah, I know
I'm lost.
you can get lost
Oh,
in
there's
here real quick.
Where did everyone else go?
I don't know. I see Oscar on the outside up there. What is that noise?
Music.
What is that? Who's playing it? What was that and why?
My goodness.
No. Why was what? What?
Oh, that.
Oh god.
Dude, turn that music off. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. It's like murdering our ears.
It's not that hard.
Being tall is kind of wet. Get up here.
I can't
Come
get
on,
up
guys.
there. I'm tiny.
You can do it. We believe in you. Ah!
I believe I can fly. It's not happening.
Look!
What do
you
we
can
have
get up the
now?
tree. Wait, who's up here? The architect.
There we go.
Like there's someone up there in the
Mhm.
tower.
This,
Okay.
this is our life's
And now-
purpose. man.
This is not our
Is
life's
this what you
purpose.
had in mind
This
when
is-
you made this castle?
This is not what Paul was talking about. I'm pretty sure.
No.
How'd they get up there? Look how far up they are. That's crazy. Or I cannot get that high. Whoop. How'd they get up that high? Do you have any idea? That's so high. I don't know if I can even get up here. How'd you get up there? I have no idea how they got up there. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. All right, we're just screwing around now. This is the equivalent of like VR Fellowship. You run around like a crazy person and try to jump on things you can't get on. I have no idea how they got over there. Maybe I can get up here. I'm stuck. I'm going to end up falling. No! And, oh, I didn't die. Oh, that's good. But I am going to fall. I don't know how to get up there. Yeah, jumping around like a crazy person. See if I can go around the other way. Go up and I have no idea how they got up there. No. Oh, that's how I can do it. I know how. I have a suggestion. Ah, I fell.
I fell from all the way at the top.
How'd you get up there? Show me how you got up there.
Yeah, I'll take you up there.
You're like a ninja jumping around up there. It was crazy. And your avatar's not like
Wait,
you're
we go-
huge either, so.
No, I like jumping around a lot. Wait, where are the stairs? Wait, where are the big stairs?
Oh, you want to go
I'm
in the.
already lost.
Yeah, this way, this way.
Wait,
Like
one
this, right here,
second.
and then up
Yeah.
here. Up here?
Alright, and then, well, I jumped onto that tree
Oh, okay.
down here. I climbed up this way, and then I just climbed my way up the tree.
Wait, what? You climbed. Okay. All right. Oops, I fell. Sorry. Maybe I can do this. I don't know if I can. My guy keeps falling.
Okay, so if you stand back
There we go.
here,
I got it.
yeah. And then you, cause got some flat areas.
Yeah, I'm struggle busting here.
Back up and jump. That's what I do. Oh, don't back up that far.
I
You're
know
gonna
that's.
fall.
I know it's like I can't. I have no like frame of reference. Are you?
Yeah,
Are you?
go over here.
Here we go. Here we go. I think I got it. All right, I got
Yeah,
it. Now,
okay.
now, did you run and jump?
Yeah. Oh, not like that, but yeah.
Hey, I made it. All right, I made that.
Hello. Very good.
Now, how'd you get up there though?
You just gotta climb the wall.
You literally just jumped and bounced off the wall. It looked like you face planted.
Where did you get that entrapper skin?
I did that, and then I
So
just.
finally someone who gets the reference.
Where did you get the
I
skin?
made it.
No.
Where did you get the skin? Come up the balcony, sir.
I can't get up there.
Yes.
Alright.
No. No. You want to run along the river. Where did you get the skin? And climb up the balcony. Aye.
Hey, clone my avatar. Hey, Benek, clone
Yes.
my avatar.
What'd you say?
And use this to fly instead. Clone this,
Oh, I can clone that?
and then
All
fly
right.
up.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's just 4 or 5 or something. If you see something flying, just something gonna fly.
All right.
Try the F functions for the ancestors. Then one of those gonna activate it.
What the heck? We're sorry.
F5 or F4.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, that's it. That's sad.
It's not letting me click on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Really?
Am I right? Ooh.
Yeah, weird.
Hmm.
Hold on. Let me try.
Weird.
What you guys doing down there?
You want team for the medal?
Wee. Bump.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me.
Boop, boop, boop.
No, it
Oh,
won't let
no,
me.
I got an invite.
So I just have to click on you, right? How do I clone him, Pine?
Yeah.
Can you clone him, Pine?
Click on someone
open-
else. And then start
can
using
clone
the arrows in the left of the menu.
You can clone him?
So open your menu.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
What's happening? Open your menu and then like look at him
Yep.
while your menu's open and then click on him with your laser pointer.
Oh, I
Keep
see.
pointing at
Oh,
him.
I got it. Good. Nice.
He is very tiny, so.
Oh, tiny. Now,
Yeah.
why can I use this to get up there?
No, F,
Wait, where?
Shift and F buttons. Left shift and then try the F5. F5,
I did. This is
not
F5.
this one. F. F6 then.
I did it! I can
Okay, 4.
fly!
Try F4 then. Yeah, that one. Now jump.
This is so whack.
So wait. F.
Wait, how do you clone skins?
Oh, you click on their avatar, open.
You open your menu?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to open your menu and then.
I don't know how this is.
Done.
You have to find the
Person.
combination. You find the combination? One of those buttons.
Ah!
Tiny.
It should start flying.
I
It start
should
flying,
literally
click it.
I should literally fly, huh?
You can do it.
Should I believe I can fly?
Yeah, but they have to press
Oh my god, I did it.
Oh, you
Try
did it!
F6 or something.
Is it okay if I save the skin?
Try F6 then.
Yeah, go ahead.
F6. All right.
Go ahead.
So weird.
Shift F6.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
You have to see cubes around you. No, that's that.
Dora.
Try every single combination. F2,
Yeah, I'm trying them.
Shift F2 maybe.
Yes, you've never looked better, Benek.
I'm so tiny.
Look at you.
Okay, that's that. That's it. That's it.
This one?
That was it. Yeah, this one.
No,
No,
Yeah, I
start
think so.
jumping.
Now just jump.
Try jumping.
Jump. Yeah.
All right. This is a lot of effort to try to make up, and it's still not happening for me. Oh, I see. All right, nice. Well, why stop here then? Let me just save this avatar. Oh my gosh, this thing is such a nightmare, though. I don't know how you save it. Oh, there. I think I did. All right, now I gotta get to another avatar because this is driving me crazy. Oh, it didn't change. Tell. This is crazy. Work. Oh no, I'm trapped. I'm gonna be trapped as this weird little girl forever. No. Why am I trapped? There we go. That's better. That's just garbage VR. There we go. Enter. Work. Thank you. Jeez, oh Pete. That was not worth it. Hey, fine. Pretty good view of the world. Baker Vision. How you doing, man? Your emoji is always shocked. I'm good, man. We did a little intro to an Ephesians study we're going to start doing really next week. It was just to kind of get people going. We threw this castle in world just to goof around with it. Tomorrow it'll be gone. There's literally ramparts up there. So it's interesting. I'm starting to get to know all these folks, and so like people are from all over the place. So Germany, Costa Rica, Estonia. One person I think is from Maine, Israel. This guy up here on the ramparts is from Hong Kong. So we have people that are like literally from all over the world. So that's been kind of cool. But these people are all in the Discord, the Church Plus Discord server. So neat to see them all coming together and jumping around. There's someone way down there. I don't know what they're doing. And Oscar's up here out of it. Dude, your stream's been like, looks like it's been fire recently. I was thinking you need to show me how to, not that Streamlabs OBS, which nobody, by the way, has gotten back to me from, but not that it would work. Even though we got all those things working, supposedly, they never show up in my stream, so they still don't work. But they've never gotten back to me. But I was thinking it would be good for me to just have, because I stream at different times than you, to host you when you're streaming, and then, maybe you can pick up a few from me. But yeah, no, that's awesome. It's like really, really sweet to see all the people you got going. My my stream says it's unstable right now in my stream manager, which seems pretty accurate. I'll go down here and see what these people are doing. 1, 2.
At that time, I don't know which time they are there online then? Nobody's answering me.
Hello?
No,
I can hear you, Galactica.
Oh, here you
Where
are.
is Pastor Brock's session? I don't know when it does that.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know the answer.
You don't know Mr. Brock's session times?
No, I don't.
Ah.
I don't off the top of my head. Are you in his Discord?
Yeah, but he doesn't have any info there.
Oh,
Discord is like a useless info.
I don't know.
He never even he never even information. He never does information there.
Oh. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm trying to see.
Can I ask you a question about Ephesians?
Sure, you can ask. It doesn't mean I'll know the answer, but you can definitely ask.
So I tried to do my homework because I didn't read this part of the Bible yet.
Yes.
And I saw in the first chapter that in the English version it says that the letter was written by Paul, but translated to Hebrew it is Saul. It's Shaul or Saul. So I'm trying to understand why should there be a difference?
So what are you talking about, a particular verse, or are you just asking generally whether it was written by Paul or not?
So just at the beginning, right at the beginning, it says. So in the English version, it says, Paul, an apostle of Christ Jesus, by the will of God, to God's holy people in Jesus.
Uh-huh.
While in the Hebrew version, it says pretty much the same thing, but instead of Paul, it says Shaul or Saul.
Oh, Saul, because it's probably so. Paul was Saul,
No, it's not today.
so his name was changed once he encountered Jesus, and so they may have just referred to him as might have referred to his old name. Hey everybody. I feel like I should be doing a Shakespeare play up here.
Is this what Jesus
Yes,
said?
when
What?
What you doing?
How's it going? Come on up. It looks like a hip hop concert. Nice to see you.
How are you?
Little balcony. Good.
I did it.
We made it. It's amazing.
Oops. No.
Are you trying to go all the way up? I managed with that avatar that Galactica gave me to get over on top of that building over there.
Yeah. Okay. You can get top of everything, yeah.
Yeah, you can get on everything with that avatar.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Did Pine and Avatar or Pine and did Pine and Architect take
I
out?
had to leave.
You got to leave.
Yeah, I think Architect as well.
Yeah. Hey,
They
yeah. Well,
had to leave, yeah.
it's late for Pine too. Like it's late for you. Wait, what is it? 2 a.m. now where you're at?
Yeah.
There.
It's 2:20.
Yeah. Well, look.
For me, it's 1:21.
Where are you again?
Sweden.
Me, easy.
Oh, Sweden. That's right. Yeah. So Taryn, we'll next week we'll start getting into all that in the passage. We'll actually get into the passage more. We just really decided we were going to start meeting on Tuesdays last week. So we knew we probably wouldn't get a ton of people right away. But we wanted to give people a little bit of because on Thursday we had 35 people or something. I mean, we had a bunch of people. So once people know we meet, then they'll show up more. But yeah, some of those things, I'll be really interested to see in your Hebrew version what some of those things say. It would be really cool when the Anglican pastors start doing the passages on the Psalms.
Hello, Oscar.
It'd be really interesting to have
Right, yeah.
Because the translation, I bet, is really rich, and so you'd probably really be able to help them with some of that, just to be able to tell them some of the differences and what it says, and even just pointing some of that stuff out oftentimes makes it super creative. I don't know, you see what the creativity was in the writing. Sometimes we read something with our translation and we miss a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
So
I can see that with the translations, it's really not capturing the.
Well, even if you look between the English versions, a lot of the translations are really they're so different, and it's just how somebody, chose to phrase something. Their intent might not be, but but anyhow.
Yes, of course.
But
by the way, which version are you using in your studies?
I'm reading. So I'm in the Presbyterian Church USA. So I'm actually reading from the New Revised Standard Version. But I have all sorts of. I mean, I probably have 20 different types of Bibles in my house. So I have a bunch of them. Sometimes they're different. The New Revised Standard Version's a little more. It's a little more accurate on issues of like gender, where people would say, like even when I was reading earlier from this Barclay book, because he wrote this in I don't know what year. I'll look, like mid 1900s, right? So a lot of the language, he talks about humanity and he says man instead of humanity, right? And so like. The same thing with the NRSV. It says humanity instead of man, or it says brothers and sisters instead of just brothers. When the actual language implies that, it'll tell you the difference. Because a lot of times there were just people would just say man or brothers because people went with the
so in Hebrew you say like I don't know, man as in humankind or something like that, or sons of Adam is a common phrase.
So in other words, we're not excluding women in our verbiage when it's particularly. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some things where there were some things where Paul writes where he's just talking to the men because that was kind of the patriarchal nature of the culture. But
of course.
But the reality is that there's a lot of places obviously where it's talking about humanity, and we don't want to mess that up, So, anyhow.
Yeah, I see.
Come here, Greg. Go.
Baker Vision. What is the first in your name? What is that? What is that little emoji you got there, or whatever that thing is? In the front of your name. I'm streaming on Twitch, so if you hear me talking to other people, that's what's going on. Yeah, you're like, who is he talking to?
I try to understand who's talking to you.
No, yeah, that's who I'm talking to. There's.
What's your Twitch?
It's Christopher Benek. My last name, my avatar name here, Benek, and Christopher in front of it. If you just search, and you'll see it. I stream anytime we're in VR chat.
But
yes.
But sorry, but all the streamer is sometimes annoying. That truth. I'm asking you, is that truth?
Or what? Wait, what's your question again? Sorry, I didn't understand your question. What'd you say?
I mean, all the streamer is annoying. Is that truth?
Are all the streamers annoying? I hope not. I hope I'm not annoying.
I'm asking you.
So no, I mean
because all famous is
all the famous
bullshit
streamers. Yeah,
sometimes.
well, I'm not a famous streamer, so maybe that means I'm less annoying. I don't know. I'm just all I do.
Yeah, maybe. Wait. Maybe not now when you becoming famous. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever become famous.
I'm just kidding.
That's
Right. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding.
I know. That's funny. No, I do it because we have a lot of people who they can't get a headset on to get in World, and so that way they can at least see when we do a Bible study or something. They can at least hear what we're talking about, And so. So I just try to do it to be helpful, but it actually means I'm not wearing a headset right now. So it's not, obviously VR is better when you're wearing a headset, but I do it so people can see me. So, and stream, they have some, and I've got a lot of people that don't either have the equipment or don't have access to it that I know. So anyhow.
Yeah, because by the way, I have a friend and he's streamer all the time. I know that person like 2 years, and I never see him. He just in the streamer,
Yeah,
all time
a lot of people follow him, or
Yeah, all people follow him.
Oh, really?
I ask him, did the streamer give you what you need or not yet? And he said, I'm busy, sorry. So I asked him again. I said, okay, you're not my friend. Sorry, I'm going to block you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my thing is trying to be there as much as I can for people to, hey, thank you for you followed me. Is it Mocha Pot? How do you say your name?
Yeah, I mean,
Mocha Pot.
Even take a break from the streamer.
Oh yeah. Well,
years.
I don't stream all the time. I mostly just do it when I'm in VR. I just do it as another way that people can see what's going on. Oh, that's fine. So the church that I'm in is liberal at the can I ask this question, Mocha Pot? Are you okay if I ask this I'm okay to answer it here. That's all right. He asked what's the church that I'm in stance on LGBTQ plus issues. So the church that I'm in is actually at the national level is very progressive. At the local level, they have not exactly congregational autonomy, but they can differ on opinions theologically. So the short answer is not very satisfying, but it depends on where you go, and so the reality is my church has people who are LGBTQ in it, and I know that. So that's between them and Jesus. Just like nobody asked me when I joined the church my sexual preference. I don't know why they would. That would be kind of weird.
Oh my God.
So I don't ask that question of other people. I think
I'm gonna wait.
I think the gospel is hard, but the gospel was written a long time ago, and I think when people read the scriptures, it challenges them. But
did Jesus ever speak about a gay relationship?
Jesus is in a very
Jesus himself, I think not.
Yeah, he's in a very Jewish
Pardon me,
context.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
we're stuck out the door. How do we get in?
You have to climb up the side.
The other way around.
Oh,
that's frick! All right,
that's. There's people stuck in it. They're like, we're stuck. You're not stuck. We didn't come this way. They think we locked the door on them. Yeah.
I was like, what are y'all doing?
So the short of it is look, my focus is a lot of people don't have any idea who Jesus is or what Jesus taught, and it's not my job to like tell you what to believe. It's to say, here's what the scriptures say, here's what God said, and my understanding is that we're called to love people. I'm not called to be people's judge. So different people have different opinions on that. I have good friends that are on different sides of the spectrum on that. Long story short, I play well with others. So, those are not the things you're going to hear me talking about here. Not to say they're not important or that they're, but I just think, like if you go around VR chat, there's just so many people that don't know anything about God or anything about, and that's going to be more my focus. They don't know anything about the Bible. We can't have very deep conversations until we start to have some like common language on some of that stuff. And so anyhow, so that's kind of where I focus.
Okay, streamer, hello streamer, and I give Ben a request a friend, and he didn't accept. So
wait,
tell me I'm not wrong.
Wait, what'd you say? you sent me a friend request?
I think she did.
Yeah, and he didn't accept.
Sorry, where did you send it on Twitch?
Yeah, no, I sent it here.
Oh, and here. Oh, I can.
VR
well, I'll add it right away. I'm sorry, I just didn't see it. I'm not trying to be a hater. Good grief. Thank you for wanting to be my friend. There, now it's accepted.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
It's hilarious. Yeah, no, so I'm streaming, but I'm the pastor of the church here, right? So I'm the pastor of the church. The VR replica of the church is a real church in Miami, and I'm the pastor of that church.
Wait. No, don't say that. You're good.
Okay.
All is good.
Okay, all right, good. All right, I just wanted you to know. So,
All right.
oh, you turned into a dinosaur. Nice. Mocha Pot Rex.
Weird dinosaur. Which one?
What up? Oscar just dropped out of nowhere. I have no idea. Anybody know what time it is in Hong Kong right now? Because that's where Oscar lives.
I can check it in a minute.
How far is Hong Kong from Israel? Do you have any idea, Taryn? Nostalgic, where are you from?
How far is it? I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's like 10 hours flight or something like that. So 10,
oh, you're
11.
from Dubai, really?
I'm not.
That's cool. I've never been there. I've heard it's beautiful there. Is that true? Yes. Nice.
So right now it's actually 7 a.m. I think.
Oh, so he's up early. Oh, but he probably never went to bed.
Yeah. He's an
Oscar
early
probably
bird.
didn't go to bed. Oscar, no, he didn't go to bed. Oscar's always around everywhere.
Yeah.
So nostalgic. Did you grow up in Dubai or did you move to Dubai?
No, I live in Dubai. It's my country.
Oh, okay. I wondered because we get a lot of people. Like I've met a lot of people in our Discord server that they're from Croatia, but they live in like Kansas in the United States, that kind of thing. So, so it's always interesting. You never know anymore where people are from. So cool. That's awesome. My hope is to get to visit that place once in my life. That'd be cool.
I just stay in my room and I don't know what happened outside, because that corona.
I mean, right now,
yeah, well, that's good right now with
Miami
corona.
And you didn't.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I mean, right now she visited your Miami church, so.
Yeah, you did visit my Miami church. That's right. So, well, in Miami right now, it's like the coronavirus cases are like going through the roof. In Florida, we've had like 8,000 new cases in just a couple days. I mean, just crazy.
Damn,
so
that's rough.
people aren't taking
Probably because of riots and large populations.
Well, some of it is cultural here. People just aren't taking it very serious for whatever reason, and man,
you have no idea.
People don't wear masks. They're just not being careful, and I don't understand why. But what
do you have quarantine?
We don't now, but we did. We were quarantined. We had stay-at-home orders where we weren't supposed to leave our house except for food or essential things. Then they opened it up. There's like 3 levels, and they've opened it up 2 levels. And I think if it keeps going the way that it's going, they'll have to close back down because it's just getting worse and worse, and nobody's, the death rate's up, everything's up. So it's scary stuff. Our church isn't physically opened right now. We do everything online. So we do I do the message and, pretty much all the music and everything is online that we do. But, we're not physically.
That's actually very weird for me.
In
Israel, even though we've had pretty much the same situation that you're describing, one thing that never closed was religious institutions.
Really?
Religious gatherings.
Do people wear masks and stuff there?
And the Temple Mount, yeah, they should. Not all the time, but they should.
Yeah. Well, here, part of the reason the churches really did was because in the United States, some of the main places where people got coronavirus were at churches. And so there was a lot of public pressure to say, hey, guys, you guys really need to close because, there was like one church that had like half its people get it and a couple people in the church died, and it's like you can't take that back.
Oh, I think I've heard about that one.
Yeah, so, we're just trying to be safe. We love our people and want to take care of them. And, this is it's not fun, obviously. No one wants to be stuck dealing with this thing, but I'd rather people be safe and we be patient than have something we can't take back happen, So But it's been all right. I've been actually really impressed with our people. They've been very faithful and trying to be helpful and supportive because they know it's, it's tough. It's a tough time. So we're
here in Sweden we don't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, say what you're gonna say. Sorry.
Here in Sweden we don't have quarantine at all, and never had. Like schools are still open and everything. And like I have asthma, so it's like a bit panic for me because we don't even have like video chats and stuff in school.
Wow, that's
so I had to go.
Do a lot of people have coronavirus there though?
There was a while when there was more, but there's less now.
Wow, that's scary. Yeah, like here I don't know. Like they've said our schools are gonna open up in the fall because they shut them all down, but. They said they're going to open them across the country, but see, because there's an election going on here, I think it's all just getting politicized, and it's one of those things where.
Yeah, can I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know about all of America, people die from corona.
I think we make up 30%. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's 118,000 people or something right now that have died.
I think way more than that.
That's what's reported right now. So, and our numbers are now, our contraction rate is higher than it's been. So.
No, because people didn't listen to the police. What did it say? So people like random outside.
Oh,
like
yeah, well,
yeah,
I mean, look, with the riots and stuff, that probably hasn't helped. But, I know a lot of people who've been just peacefully protesting. They've not been they've not been burning buildings down or whatever. They're protesting for good reasons. I understand why they're protesting. And I know a lot of people have been very safe when they've been doing that. But still, it's like, they're at least wearing masks. What I'm talking about is just if you go to where my physical church is, and it's the highest population density south of New York City. And so there's just tons of people. There's skyscrapers all around the church there, and there's just filled with people. And so people are just walking around, but they're not wearing masks at all. They're like, you would think there was nothing going on, and it's like, man, that's crazy. People go to the beach. If you see the beach here in Miami, people are just out. They're out boating. They're out doing stuff it's like, folks, we don't.
So in Israel, they found a pretty easy way to solve all of this. You simply find people that are not wearing masks. You find them, or you find the business that accepts them, and that's it.
Well, what do they do?
Easy.
What do they do to them though?
No, they fine them. They give them a penalty, a monetary fine.
Oh, they fine them. I see. They fine them. Yeah, that's yeah. That would be
I
one
thought
way.
he said fined. Yeah.
That's what. No, that makes.
Yeah, sorry,
that makes. Yeah, sorry. No, you're good. So
you're good.
That's one of those things where that would make a lot of sense if they actually did that. If they did that here, the city would make so much money they would never need to tax us again, because nobody's wearing a mask. I mean, it's just like
doesn't mean they wouldn't.
Yeah. Seriously, I mean, it's just been. It's so wild. But see, Miami's really different from a lot of places in the United States, because we're kind of a melting pot of folks from Latin and South America, and then we're a global port. So we have people literally from everywhere. So in my church, on a Sunday, I mean, I think at one point someone told me we have representation for 40 different countries in my church. So it's very multi-ethnic. And then in my visitors, we'll get 50 visitors from all over the world on any Sunday when our physical buildings open. So, and I mean, literally you name it. I mean, people come from places, I didn't even know. I had to look up on a map where they were from because they said, oh, I'm from so-and-so visiting Miami. So that kind of changes things because there's not one cultural norm, which is one of the strengths of the church.
Yeah.
And one of the strengths of Miami, but it also makes it challenging when you're trying to get everyone on the same page, because people have different places they're coming from, and so anyhow, but Mokpot fell off the map. Did he just dive off, or did he?
Oh.
AFK to.
Yeah, he died.
He died.
I'm afraid to look.
I looked like, oh,
Rest in peace, soldier.
it was nice knowing you. He lagged off the cliff. Oh man, yeah. Architect put this in here.
Oh, I think he's right there. Yeah.
Did he just AFK'd right off, huh?
He's coming up.
Oh, here he comes. Nice. He's like, hey.
Hey,
there you go.
We just saw you. You just like dropped off.
We were worried about you. I thought you died.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he died. They said we don't want to look over.
All the way to the bottom.
That's hilarious. Oh, funny. So, it's what's amazing to me. I mean, I haven't been in VR chat a whole long time, but it's amazing to me how many people are from different places. Like, really, people are from everywhere in VR chat, which is kind of the most awesome part about it, honestly.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, well, if you guys have not followed the Discord server for the church, do that so that because when we do stuff like we don't have anything tomorrow, but we have another group on Thursday. We have a group on Friday. We have 2 groups that meet on Sunday. We're gonna in 2 weeks. We have another group that's gonna start on Monday. So there's almost every day of the week there's stuff going on here, and it's only gonna keep getting go more and more. So if you go on the Discord server, you see kind of all the ways you can connect. And that way you can come and hang out with us because it's been really fun. Like just meeting everybody.
Wait, yeah. Sorry. Can I ask you?
Yes.
Can you tap your Discord and social something? I'm trying to add you.
Oh, what are you trying to add me on?
I want to go the Discord server, you know?
Oh, the Discord server? Yeah, if you respawn at the beginning of the world, there's a sign that says it.
I just joined. I might still have the link.
Oh, you have it?
I joined earlier. Let me see.
Oh, can you share it to her? How do you do that? I'm such a noob.
You just need the letters.
Yeah, but how?
Here.
What do you?
What?
Yeah, but can you? How do I share it with her? Is there a way for me to share it with her?
I can just tell her what it is.
Oh, okay.
I have it right here.
Right, great, awesome. Do that.
Yeah, so you go onto the web browser and it's discord.gg, right? And then / okay. That's funny.
All right.
I'm just waiting for the okay.
Okay, Discord server /
yes, capital C.
Discord.
It's
Wait.
It's discord.gg /
and then /.
Okay, wait.
It's /.
You're right.
Discord.gg / okay.
It's capital C as in cat.
Okay.
Capital M as in my name.
Yeah,
Capital M again.
M. Okay.
7. Lowercase w. Yes. Lowercase w is in water. 4.
Sorry. Wait, 7 and what?
Lowercase w as in yes. Is my mic working?
Okay, W is not capital, right? Small
Lowercase
capital.
W.
Can you hear you?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. My mistake. I thought my mic broke. Yeah, it's a lowercase w as in water. And then it's 4.
Okay,
And
4.
then yes, and then capital J.
Doesn't work.
What? Here,
should be
respawn with me, and I'll go back to the beginning of the world with you, and it's right there. That way we make sure we got it right. Okay?
Okay.
I'll meet you there. So it's right here.
Oh my god, it's Mega Man.
Oh, it's that one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That should work. And I'm looking at Discord now, so if you come in, I'll be able to see you. Because Maximilian and Gray just joined tonight.
I'm Maximilian.
Oh, okay, nice.
Good to have you.
I had that as my username, but I changed it since it had numbers, and it made it look like I was on a Steam account.
Yeah. So now you're just Max.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay.
Did it work?
Yep. On.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or you're is it Riki?
Yes. Yeah, it's me.
Nice.
That is just nickname. It is not my name.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So this is actually then if you look right here, that's my name. So if you look on Twitch, that's where you'll find me on Twitch under that name. It's all one word. So anyhow, easy.
Oh yeah, that's your name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want us to just call you Benek or like Pastor Benek or?
You can call me Chris. You can call
how do we
me
call
Pastor. You can call me whatever you'd like to call me. It's okay. Just don't call me bad names. That I would appreciate that. Outside of that,
No,
yes, of course.
I call you. Wait. I call you Ben. Okay.
You call me Ben. Okay, that's fine.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
Bean.
Bean.
Or Nick.
Bean
Nick.
sprout.
Nick.
Ben or Nick?
I don't know how.
Benek, I think, right?
Hard to say.
Or Benek? Is that it? Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name?
Benek. It's actually, I think it's
Benek,
a German.
okay.
It's an Americanized version of a German name.
Okay, I call you Ben.
Then it went.
That's pretty cool.
But when my
Yeah,
family was in like
Ben.
Czechoslovakia or something at some point, so went from Germany
wow.
to like what was Bohemia, and then
Wait. My real name. Look, that's my real name. You see?
Nostalgic.
CHVRCH. That's my real name.
Nostalgic.
Yes.
That's your real name.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, in Arabic is mean. Hanin.
Oh wow, cool. Awesome. Well, you are our first person
Yeah, but
in
it's
our.
different. When
You're the first person in Discord from Dubai that we have.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yay! You're the first one. You're doing a victory lap. So, yeah, and here's the class schedule you can see. Like so.
Was the Tuesdays added recently?
Yeah,
I was on here
it was
on an earlier date.
Yeah, literally, it was just added. Like we just added like 2 days ago. So.
That's why
I
was on here before.
Yeah,
that.
and that's kind of why we did a little intro thing today, and we didn't get too far into it because I didn't want people to miss stuff, But yeah, we did it a little earlier just because we've got so many people who are in Europe now, and it's really late, and and now we got nostalgic, so it's late there too. So yeah, it's late.
Gotcha.
It's late in Israel. That's right. So, yeah. But we actually, and like I said, we have an Anglican pastor that I know, and his wife is also a pastor. So they're like a clergy couple, and they're going to start doing a class on Mondays in 2 weeks. So then we'll have something Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So we'll have stuff going on almost every day. So that's pretty good.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, since we've only been doing this for a little
bit,
I
won't be able to make any Sundays. Yeah.
What do you do on Sundays?
I have to. I'm the video tech guy for my church. I live stream it.
Oh yeah, where's your church?
It's in New Jersey.
What part of New Jersey? I lived in New Jersey.
South Jersey.
I lived in. I went to Princeton Seminary, so that's why I lived in Hopewell, New Jersey, for a while, and I served a church in Ridgewood, New Jersey. So I know New Jersey pretty well, actually. My wife went to Immaculata College. It's Immaculata University now.
Do you know Salem County?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of church is your church?
It's Methodist.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my mom's a Methodist. So cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So you do the tech stuff for your church?
One time you have to tell me the differences between those. I really have no idea what
it's like a Facebook relationship status. It's complicated.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is,
I don't think we're all Christian.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, it's some of it's stuff that people just believe and can't. I mean, like a lot of belief you can't prove. It's just what your experience makes you believe. But some of it is about kind of tradition and how things have been done. A lot of it has to do with interpretation. So there's been little interpretations of that, but for the most part, people that, unless people are being difficult, there's really no reason people can't get along. Like my wife is a practicing Catholic, and she believes different things than I do, but she's involved in my church, and our son, we want our son to learn both things because, if I stand before God someday and God says, "Hey, Chris, by the way, you're wrong on all this stuff and it's this way," my hope is my response is, "Yes, Lord," not that I'm going to fight God and say, "No, I think," it's crazy, right? So
no, you can clearly see by this scripture over here.
That's right. And I think, I've met some people that maybe they'll try to have that conversation, but it's hopefully not going to be me. So I'm trying to learn as much as anybody else about things, and I don't assume, I might believe something, but I don't assume I'm necessarily right. It's what I think based on what I've experienced, and if I experience something different or somebody shows me a different way, then hopefully I have the humility to learn something new. So anyhow, that's part of what we're here. I mean, and here is just to have a space where, people can get together and ask those questions. And I don't know, again, just to have a nice kind of a safe space in VR chat too, because some of the places in VR chat are not exactly safe. So anyhow, but you know what I mean? But so it's been good.
Well, no one can hurt you.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, they're not exactly ethical. Let's put it that way. So, but
okay, all right.
Yeah. But what we're doing is we built this world. So actually, that castle won't be there long term. We just stuck it in today. We were messing around with it. But we have if you're interested in learning about it, since you're all in VR, we actually have a virtual reality platform that we're in the process of building right now. And our hope is eventually to do some classes in that because it's far more stable than VR chat. You can do all sorts of stuff in it. So actually there's a game that Architect is creating that goes along with it. But we're using the platform actually we have this same church, not the world, but the church it's called Magnum Opus. And so that's a new VR platform that we've built that we're going to actually launch. And part of the reason is because here, like on Thursday, we had, 35 people, and you start getting around 40 people and it gets really laggy. That's why we have these optimized avatars for people. But some of that is just the worlds in VR chat. But in the platform that we've built, you can have 100 people easy, and it doesn't lag a bit. And so as we get bigger, then we can have more people as our community grows, And so we'll always still do stuff in VR chat, I'm sure, but it gives us an option to do stuff if we want to do it in a bigger group. You have, I don't know, kind of more controls and things like that too. So I don't know. So, but
the problem I can see with this is that you will not have the opportunity to meet new members on this new platform that is.
Well, we have in Facebook, we've had 10,000. I think we're at 10,000 people, maybe 9,000, 10,000 people who followed us.
Oh wow!
On it. So I mean, we have a lot of people who are because so many people they're just frustrated with VR chat because it's buggy, and you have problems with it. So there are a lot of people looking at what we're doing right now. We've not formally released. We have like some beta versions, but we're doing a bunch of gamer things in it that you can't do. And I mean, we'll actually have you can build in VR chat, but you've got to use Unity and you got to go through kind of a process to do that. We're going to have like a generalized, almost like a gamer builder feature in Magnum Opus that's actually being worked on. We have like player versus player integrations, so you can actually play almost like combat related games for fun, things like that. That's all in VR, and it's the same. You can have the same kind of interactions that you can have, when you're doing things like you're here. So you don't lose any functionality that you would have here. You only gain functionality and stability. So that's what makes it pretty fun. And, it's nice because then we can create kind of all these cool things and make things that, people haven't had the chance to make before. So anyhow, but that's coming out. But if you're interested in that, if you just message me on Discord and I can send you the information about it. So, because we've even done a couple of little, I don't know what we had like 80 people in a server or something. They were doing a test one night and they're just goofing around. They weren't doing anything one of the things people started doing, because you're just in a test server, so they're actually like coding and fixing stuff as they go along, trying to make sure they got any bugs that are out. And the avatars, you can jump on each other's heads because they're solid. So like I can stand on another person's shoulder. So they were trying to make pyramids of each other's avatars, and they were like 40 people high avatar pyramids. It was like ridiculous. So it's just,
that's funny.
Yeah, it's people. You just get people standing around doing whatever, and it's like, I don't know, they come up with stuff to do. So anyhow, well, hey, I'm glad to meet you all. I need to get going because I gotta help I've got a 5-year-old son, and it's about his bedtime. He's super excited because the new Fortnite's coming out tomorrow, supposedly and my son who's 5 has been playing Fortnite, and he's like, I play with him, so he's not around people who are, toxic to him or something, but he's been playing Fortnite and he's been winning. I can't believe, he's been winning matches with people, and I'm just like, oh my god,
that's awesome.
So he's super excited, but I said he's got to go to bed early so that tomorrow when he gets up, he's got the energy to play. But really nice to meet you all. Hi. Thank you. Really nice to meet you. I'm excited. I'm super excited you're from Dubai. I don't know if people make a big deal about that, but we didn't have anyone from Dubai, so that's super awesome. So, but
okay, wait. I say something, and you try to understand what I say. Okay.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
So peace be with you. Is that what that is?
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is.
I said. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, peace be with you,
okay,
right?
Okay, never. Don't mind me.
Is that what it means?
Jesus Christ, he said. Yeah, he said.
Why are you lying to him? It is.
Yeah, it is. I was right. Okay, good. All right, good.
I didn't say anything.
I mean, salam alaikum is like peace be upon you all.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Nice.
And
How'd you know that?
Hello.
How did I know that?
Hello.
Yes. It's like, but it's also like it's like a greeting when you meet someone, and also when you're saying goodbye to someone. It's both ways.
It's the peace-oriented version of
I didn't
aloha.
say anything.
Right?
I just say assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Thank you. Peace be with you as well. Or if you're Catholic, and with your spirit. That's what they say now. So.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good to see you all. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Good to see you, everyone. Good night.
Hope to see you in the future.
Will do.
Good night, Ben.
Hanin, I'm heading out as well. Yeah.
Okay, good night.
So really cool. Like just get to hang out with people, and you can see like every time we're together with people, more and more people are joining our Discord server and hanging out. And so if you didn't get a chance to do that, you can, if you just add me on Discord, you can see it's in the stream. You can write down my information there. You can add me, and I'm happy to connect you with Church Plus, and we'll be here back on Thursday, and I think Paxton and I will be streaming the new Fortnite tomorrow, and checking that out with people. So have a good evening, and look forward to seeing everyone soon. Take care.